Okay, so now we have Yael with us, and you're Jerusalemite, right?
Yep.
From nearby. But you also said that you grew up in Manchester, so you have some international perspective too. And although you speak Hebrew, we will do it in English, and being brought up in Manchester, you certainly speak the language but probably better than I do. And you're a life coach, right? A very, I mean, that was brought to the fore recently, this profession, especially due to all kinds of TV shows. But this is also interesting to see. What can you say about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict from the perspective of someone who works so much with people?
So, in my life in general, I find it difficult to do actions or make decisions about large systems which I don't have any contact with. The things that I know best in life have been to do with myself, the people around me, the way that I work with my thoughts and my emotions. That's wisdom that I can really understand deeply. So I can't bring a political perspective to this conflict. I can't do anything about that. But what I can talk about is how do people deal with their emotions? And I think that emotions are really at the basis of a lot of what's going on here. And the people at the table today at the cafe spoke about how our two different nations deal with their emotions and the mind-heart connection. So this vision, which I haven't developed very well, but is something that's been bubbling in my mind for a while, would be about personal healing, personal growth, that both sides should take great responsibility to work with the trauma of this conflict and also the traumas in the backgrounds of the collective unconscious of the people, of each people. It's not just my idea. I did read a few weeks ago, very interestingly, an article in a newspaper, in a national newspaper, by a famous psychologist in which he suggested the same kind of idea, that until these two people heal, we won't be able to speak to each other. It's just not going to happen.
But you know that you often hear this saying, this is not Switzerland here. And I'm sure that the Swiss have their own conflicts back there. But here, you're talking about people who went through tremendous traumas. We're talking about Holocaust refugees on the one hand and people who were taken out of their houses in 1948 on the other hand, in the Nakba. Is it reasonable to expect them to overcome these emotions and think differently? Do you think it's possible?
So, I think that you're right that there's a lot of very difficult challenges here in this particular country. But if individual people who've had awful things happen to them in their lives can get up, get on with their life and learn to be aware and to hold those emotions and work with them, then we can do it as a nation, because a nation is made up of individuals. So you have to believe that change is possible, and change only comes through these kinds of interventions. One of the things I enjoy about being a life coach is that you're actually able to help people change their lives within a matter of weeks or months, okay? People can have a huge impact on their lives just by reframing how they think and working out how they feel and setting goals and moving towards them and taking responsibility. And so those are the things I believe in on an individual level, and so I also believe in them on a national level, but I don't know how it will be different if we work on it on a national level. That's something we'd have to see, but let's try, let's do it.
One last question, because we're out of time. But an important question, what about the community sense? Do you feel it contributes or an obstacle to people here? I mean, the relation of people to their Arab Muslim community versus Jewish Israeli community.
Those things can definitely divide between people. They keep you very much in your own group, and then it becomes one group against another. But I think that if we all keep looking at what we have in common, if we understand that if I have a sense of community, so do they, I have emotions, so do they. I have trauma, so do they. If we can work alongside each other, separately and together, on those things to heal both ourselves and our community, then maybe we can see a vision of a future that's brighter. All right? Let's give it a try. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you very, very much. If you can summarize in one sentence your message, what would it be?
My message is sometimes looking at the community level or the nation level is a waste of time, because we can avoid the things that are really going on, which is fear, anger, and trauma inside every single individual. Let's start from here and work outwards, rather than trying to necessarily fix the big things which just aren't being fixed.
Thank you very much.
To that.